us.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? We're just talking about boobs. It's fine.
Like you do.
Like you
Like you
do.
do.
Like you do. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us as we begin our intrepid, or delve further into the adventures of the intrepid crew of the Berezaya Argia. When we sort of last left off, the majority of the party was traversing through the jungles to try to sneak into Rashak and Drakaskull's lair to, or the location where they believe Rhiannon's mother is kept, to try to sort of sneak in hopes that in having the town elder surrender to Drakaskull face to face will hopefully draw Drakaskull out, allowing you to potentially take on Rashak as a solo. And you are accompanied with Karth, Rhiannon's father, as well as Meredith Terrell de Madani, who is a former paramour of Lyria, Rhiannon's mother.
Lover.
Yeah, and now seems to be getting it on with her dad. What's going on?
Okay, no, we don't know that. We just know there's a lot of tension, and you and I have assigned sexual tension to that because we're gross.
We're not gross.
Barca has questions.
And then in the most recent endeavor, a bunch of the young dragons that were sort of the captains or lieutenants of Drakaskull's horde of army of monsters had proceeded to attack the party and kind of ambush them. But as part of that, you were reunited with Barca and Argentia as they had returned from their trip to the far, far north of the Frostfell and had eventually gotten back to try and find you guys. Meanwhile, you did also send Zaya along with Nikali and the rest of the crew off to kind of go into hiding, especially since relatively recently, probably within the past few days, a series of well-coordinated, surprisingly coordinated, especially considering it happened kind of across several locations in Corvair, of piracy from the Lazar Principality stole a bunch of airships, a large portion of the airship fleet of many of the nations of Corvair. And so being that now that as the whole world, which is already kind of up in flames with war, with the building war effort against Thrain, has caused even more chaos and sort of calamity, as it were.
Of
Barty,
which we are the children.
which you are referred to in the prophecies, the draconic prophecies, as the children of calamity. Yes. That being said, Barky, you had a question, or did that more or less cover it?
That covered it.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Cool beans. So where we last left off, you had finished taking on and defeating several younger but still quite dangerous dragons. You're guessing the spawn of Verdum, Rashak, and Drakaskull, respectively. And you are able to regroup back into the jungles, I guess, of Kabara, and
Did we
sure
try to
enough,
loot the bodies?
you can sure try to loot the bodies. They are not necessarily carrying any treasures upon them whatsoever, though. That being said, though, as far as looting any, harvesting any coinage, or not coinage, any, like, teeth, claws, reagents, scales, so on and so forth. I mean, each of those dragons was roughly the size of a large horse. So you definitely have plenty of stuff that you can try to harvest if you want to spend time doing that.
I was more looking for stuff to lift, but
Do we have a means of conveyance for things that we might harvest?
I don't know. Does anyone have a haversack or portable hole or bag of holding or anything like that?
We've got a group bag of holding.
Okay. And that would be with you guys then?
Yeah.
Because I think you're carrying that, right?
Sure I am. It's fine. Let's skip it and move on.
yeah,
Okay.
let's just go.
I will say when Barca finally sees the entire group, I'm sure would be like, "Hey guys, I have so many stories to tell."
Big hugs to Barca
Yes.
from Rhiannon. Like, she pounces.
They kind of, yeah, of course. Barca's wiggling a little bit, Happy dog. Happy
full
tail.
on butt wiggle.
Oh yeah.
Golden retriever butt wiggle.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Oh, that got cold quick.
Buddy.
Oh, that's right, because you joined us in the fight, so we actually haven't had the reunion. That's the word I'm
Correct.
looking for.
Correct. We are picking up right after the battle base.
Right.
Barca!
Oh, hi, Ember. Did you find Riri's mom?
Wait, they got there right now.
You know where your mom is?
You
We're good at finding moms.
are good at finding.
Oh, Barker found his mom.
That's so wonderful, Barca. I'm so happy for you.
Yes. Me too.
Is your mom okay?
Shiz is doing just fine.
Okay, that's good.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, Rhiannon's mom is not necessarily doing super hot, because we're going to go kill the dragon that's holding her hostage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we short rest? Y'alls?
I think we should move away from the area where the melee actually took place, and then, yeah, I agree, we should at least take a short rest.
And you see Karth is like, yeah, I agree with Gavin on that one.
Because, yeah, if we can, like, use up hit dice to top off, that'd be cool.
Well, we're
Yeah.
still a couple of days out, yeah?
You are.
Yeah.
You are still a couple of days out.
But who else knows what we're gonna run into?
Oh, no, I'm not arguing, I'm just
So
clarifying.
do you kind of move deeper into the jungle then, away from the kerfuffle and...
Yeah.
Okay. You do so. There does not appear to be any other issues that you can tell at this point, and you are able to find a secluded area that you can take a short rest. So go ahead and take a short rest for those that would like to.
And just a reminder, everybody that does use hit dice, you get an extra D8.
Okay.
Yep, that. tops me off. Excellent. Sweet.
Alrighty.
My hit points are at 69.
Nice.
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 Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm not sorry, Brian.
We're 12.
I see. It's gonna be one of these kind of games. All right, let's.
This is what happens when we don't play for a month.
That's
I mean,
true.
isn't
That's
it
true.
always
It
this
has
kind
been
of
a while.
game?
It is
Yeah,
always this
pretty
kind of
much.
game.
Pretty much.
And also Barca is back, so strap in. Or on, whatever you like. I'm not here to judge.
I know.
Or both.
That's good.
Both. Why not both? Both is good.
Both is good. Okay, what the fuck is happening here? Okay,
I don't know.
it's fine.
Nobody.
Brian wants the level. Brian is. So I have cards sheet up. Do you want me to? Can I roll hit dice for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, since you've got his stats and everything, go ahead and.
Was Narashti all topped up?
She might need some healing.
Her sheet shows her at full health currently, so.
Oh,
Well, she might have used some
excellent.
spells and stuff on herself too, because I think she did get a little savage, but she also, she did way more damage than she did taken. So she did.
I tell ya, that dragon slaying bow.
Oh, no, I think she almost took damage once, but she, made the evasion saving throw and then killed it before it could actually get to her.
Yeah.
That fair.
Because she friggin' two-shotted it like the badass she is.
Yeah.
That dragon had a bad day.
That's what they get.
Yeah.
Nope.
Her badassery level just went from like a 6 to like a 9.5 pretty much in that fight. That was
Went from a 6 to a 9.
yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah. It's,
6 to 9. Nice.
I said 9.5, but if
You
you want
have no one but yourself to blame.
but if you want to round it down, sure, okay. At any rate, so do you? So you do find a place that you can rest, and you do so. You see, Karth is kind of keeping a slightly wary eye on Argentia. Not that he's necessarily he's met Argentia, but you get a sense he keeps kind of looking around a little bit, and then kind of looking at Argentia and kind of looking around a little bit.
Does Barca notice this? Probably.
Go ahead and make a perception roll, or actually, I would say perception or intuition. I would let you.
Doesn't really matter.
Or insight. I mean, sorry.
We'll try. 12.
Yeah. Actually, you notice it too.
Barca will definitely be like, "Why are you staring at Tia?"
Well, they are how to put this lightly, it's not good to go shiny in the jungle or jingle jangle in the jungle, as the case may be. And you're no offense there, Argentia, but you're
Super shiny.
you stick out a little bit.
I have no. Oh, I said I. Barca has no idea what jingle jungle jangle things you talk of.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Argentia is shiny.
Like,
Shiny is easy to see in the jungle.
oh,
So enemies could see Argentia
well, what if
because she's shiny. They're
Well,
shiny.
what if she does like person trick that she does?
Probably be better.
If it's okay with Tia.
Yeah.
And you see Argentia's like, okay. I mean, if at least for getting around, I'm not nearly as okay. And you see Argentia does shrink down.
Barca will carry Tia. Tia carries Barca.
Thanks, Bacon.
Wait, is this a piggyback situation? Tell me this is a piggyback situation.
Yep.
Dragon Yoda backpack! I'm way too excited about that. Sorry, I'm back.
I mean, either that or she can sit on my shoulder like a parrot.
I mean, they're, like, teenage size, so, you know.
And
I mean, you know.
it is Barca.
Barca, not teenage size, though.
That's true.
That is true.
Barca is a bit bigger than that. That's for sure. So yeah, actually, so with Tia kind of shrunken down to their sort of elven form, that definitely, you see Karth definitely kind of
Fills out a little bit.
yeah.
Excellent. Maybe this is a good time then to ask you about your intentions toward Meredith.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
What's intentions?
Wait, what? No, and I do have to ask, are you asking this like right in the middle of the group, throwing that out there? Or are you like taking him aside for this, or you?
Please do it in front of the group.
Yeah, no, she's probably just doing it right there. Yeah.
That tracks.
Gavin immediately adopts a concerned, like, step-parent face and sidles up next to Rhiannon.
I immediately do the screeching noise across my violin. Screeching halt.
There's a lot of tension there, Dad. I know what tension looks like.
Does it feel awkward for anybody else right now?
Yes, and it's wonderful.
And you see,
It looks like fucking Christmas morning.
and you see both Meredith and him are both kind of sitting there, kind of at a loss for words. We'll put it that way. But you see but your father's like, okay, first off, sweetie.
Oh, is this your dad?
You've met my dad.
I have.
You have met him. It's
Been a while.
It doesn't mean he remembers, though!
out of game. It's
Right.
been a while since Barca has met Karth. But yes, you have met Rhiannon's father.
Starting to make more sense.
He goes, first off, this is neither the time nor the place. Secondly,
I think it is.
Wandering into imminent doom, it might be a good time to clear the air, because clearly
into imminent doom,
Rescuing your wife.
I think this should probably be cleared up before then.
Because the sense that I'm getting here is that you either have boned or you need to bone. Either way, you need to get good with yourselves.
Not quite the way I would have put that, but he's not wrong.
And you see, he just kind of grits his teeth. He's like, okay, you want to have this conversation, fine. So yes, it's a little bit awkward right now, in the fact that your father, who is struggling with all sorts of things and the guilt over not pursuing your mother and signing her off as a loss, is now dealing with the fact that your mother's ex-lover is also assisting us in the matter of trying to save her.
Where all the awkwardness is coming from, really? Disappointing.
Karth, I feel like maybe you have some insecurities that you need to work out, because either you're secure in your relationship with your wife or you're not. And that feels like a little bit of things that you need to work through.
You see he walks up to you, Gavin, and he's like right in your face, like walks up, like damn near touching nose to nose, and goes, "First off, this is a conversation I'm having with my daughter. You are not a part of it in any way, shape, or form.
Whoa, Dad.
And secondly, I'm going to go scout and maybe kill something. Let's hope I don't see you for a few hours, Gavin." And then he heads up.
I feel like that was unfair.
Of me or of him?
Of him. He should have been mad at me, not at you. It's fine.
Why do you think I said what I said?
Barker like Karth.
Actually,
Were
I
you
kind of
trying? Were you trying to piss him off?
a little bit.
What?
Look, the dude clearly has some shit he needs to work out, and he's not going to acknowledge it. So, may as well get him mad so he at least thinks about it.
See, but there are different kinds of shit to work through. If it's like him and Meredith needing to work that whole thing, like that needs to be addressed before we get Mom. If it's he feels guilty, he can fucking deal with that on his own time. I'm not worried about that. I was worried about the him and Meredith thing. That I guess isn't a thing.
So Meredith isn't your mother.
No.
No,
Meredith,
buddy.
remember when we met Meredith in Stormreach?
And you see Meredith is just kind of sitting there watching this with kind of an amused grin on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barker remember now.
She and my mom used to be together before my mom was with my dad.
Okay. So she's here now because
she's helping us find my mom and get my mom now.
that's nice. That's nice of her.
Admittedly, as you've brought to light, and she kind of looks over towards where Karth kind of stormed off to, disappeared to. I'm not the only. There's more than one person in this jungle that perhaps has some regrets in regards to how certain things happened with your mother.
We're just dealing with regret tension, not sexual tension. Got it. Okay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that 100%. I mean, he's a handsome fellow, but there's a lot of
Baggage.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily something that I understand you wanting to bring it to light, but I think that that's something that maybe have to be unpacked after we save your mom.
The concern is that it's going to interfere.
Hydrate.
Well,
Oh, hey, the sound works. That was crazy.
It works on this stream. It doesn't work on any of the others, and I don't know why.
look, I appreciate your concern, and when it comes down to both,
When it comes down to it, are the two of you going to be able to work together to get her out?
for Lyria, we'll make it.
Okay. Put a pin in this conversation. We're not done talking about it.
And I understand that. Your father may not as of yet, but he'll get around to it. And I have no problem with that. But admittedly, that may be a discussion had at a later time. Now, I suppose we should maybe go try and find wherever the hell he went off to.
You went to go scout and kill something.
Yes, but we need to follow him, Varga.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't be the one to go find him.
I feel like that is a wise choice.
You see Meredith puts a hand on your shoulder, Gavin goes, yeah. I mean, you're already sleeping with his daughter, so...
Yeah, he is. All right.
And she just kind of pats you on the shoulder and then proceeds, proceeds on.
What Barco, go find Karth.
Well, I think we're all coming with you, buddy.
Oh, okay.
We need to keep moving. We just need to move in the direction that he kind of headed off in.
So you continue on, and you are able to, granted with Narashi's help and whatnot, you're able to kind of catch up and pick up on his trail. Gavin, you stay a little further into the back. If you, so let's see. So we know he is for sure going in the front. Tell you what, if you guys want to figure out kind of a rough marching order, Karth definitely being in the front.
Narashi would be after that because she's the one helping us catch up to him.
All right.
Yep.
So then Narashi's after.
Barker's not far behind.
Okay. So then Barca.
I'd be pretty close behind Barca.
Then Rhiannon after Barca.
I'm assuming Gavin's after Rhiannon.
Yep.
Okay. Gavin's after Rhiannon.
And Ember will go behind Gavin.
Okay. And then,
Yes.
Super Monk.
I will bring up the rear.
all right. So then Meredith will be behind Ember, then Argentia and Amaya bringing up the rear.
Yep.
All right. I mean, it may or may not matter. I'm just putting your minis in that order, marching order, in case there is a reason that needs to worry about marching order. And I would like everybody to make a stealth roll and let me know what you get.
If Tia is on me, do I make a stealth roll for her if I'm carrying her?
So Tia's... Oh, that's right. Tia's actually...
I see that right, Amaya.
I'd say Tia can kind of make their own roll. Granted, right now they're in their kind of elfin humanoid form, so figure they probably have a dex of like a 12.
Okay. Makes sense.
So let's see. So what did Karth get?
Oh, I didn't roll for cars. Sorry. I will roll for cars. Hope I rolled better for him than I rolled for me. I did. 25 for cars.
Nice. And then Narashti?
Narashti got 12.
Really?
Yeah, I rolled an at one for her.
Okay. And then Barca.
Barca, 15.
And Argentia.
5.
And Rhiannon.
7.
And Gavin.
7.
Real good guys. Real good guys.
Ember.
14.
I have disadvantage
Which
on stealth
I
checks.
thought was bad, and
Meredith got hers.
Yeah.
And then Amaya.
Amaya got 18. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought Narashti's 12 was bad, but even with a nat 1, she's still middle of the pack.
I know.
Actually,
Again,
Amaya
I have
is
disadvantage on stealth checks.
Actually,
I just
Amaya,
rolled
it
that
is
shit.
because of your check that you managed to get the party over the hump, as it were. Woo! And so the rest of this particular day's travel actually goes after the dragon fight, relatively uneventfully. You get into the evening, and you find a place that you can kind of camp out. I guess so. So who would like to? Is there anything else you would like to do for that evening? Otherwise, whoever's going to take watches.
Amaya can take a watch.
Okay.
Barca, take a watch.
And Gavin can take a watch.
Okay.
Rhiannon will stay up and watch with Gavin.
Gotcha. So first watch, go and roll me a d20.
Okay. Five.
Okay. Okay. Your shift seems to go uneventfully.
Awesome.
Who's got the next shift?
I believe Barca.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
5.
Okay. Your shift also goes uneventfully.
Alright, guys. 5 is the magic number. Keep rolling 5s.
No, I refuse! I rolled a 2.
Gavin, you rolled a 2?
I did, yeah.
Oh my god, seriously?
It's kind of like a 5.
These D20
Your-
rolls, or are we supposed to be rolling perception checks?
No, just a d20.
Okay.
So
I mean, it would be a 2 on my perception as well, because I don't have a bonus.
Oh god.
So the night goes uneventfully, which is good.
Sweet. So
Alright,
then
guys.
I can
2s
get
and
rid of
5s
my-
going forward. That's all we roll.
I can get rid of the level of exhaustion. Yes.
I mean, if you get a long rest, then I think it just goes away.
You
Yeah.
can, yep.
Yay.
Beautiful.
You are all able to.
That morning, I will give everybody an inspiring speech. It's very inspiring.
How
Yeah.
inspiring is it?
We are inspired.
I hope you're inspired. I'm going to tell you how inspired it is as soon as I fucking find the feat. There it is. Sorry, it's been a while since I've looked at the sheet. It is 15 temporary hit points worth of inspiring.
And is there a limit on how many people are affected by that?
Anybody in earshot.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Over-
6 allies.
Okay, so which allies are being affected?
Well, I'm going to hit all the PCs, so 7 total, including myself. So I'm going to hit all the player characters, so we'll do Ember. Right. Amaya, Rhiannon, Barca. That's what, 4?
Yeah,
Narashti.
So either Argentia or Karth.
Or Meredith.
Or Meredith.
I don't think Karth is going to be terribly inspired by anything I have to say, so we're going to go with Tia.
That's
Probably not
fair.
wrong.
So yeah. That
The whole time
group.
you're giving the inspiring speech, he's just heckling you from the back.
I'm way more charismatic than he is, though, so it doesn't work.
I don't think he would heckle. I think he would just be grumbling in the back.
Yeah. It's like Statler and Waldorf if they weren't loud.
Actually, when you start your sort of inspiring speech, he just rolls his eyes and then goes off into the jungle.
Yeah.
I end to myself. I don't say this out loud to the group at large. Maybe Rhiannon hears this. Something along the lines of, "Oh, the fragility of the male ego."
I would definitely like to hear that and chuckle to myself.
So, the day proceeds apace. I would like somebody, and you can choose who, to roll me another D20 roll.
I rolled last time, so I'm opting out.
I don't think I've done it yet, so I'll roll. 11.
Okay. Let me just double check something real quick here.
And the Tarrasque appears.
It's all my fault.
Fuck sake.
Oh no, I see his face. Do you see his face? I'm panicking.
No,
I'm
he's being...
tempted, but no.
To Tarrasque?
I took it away.
We can take it.
No, we can't! That shit's CR30, man. We're dead.
So in the next campaign...
My next character is an older brawler.
The next crew of the Berezaya Argia.
Right.
Children of Calamity, the next generation.
The grandchildren of Calamity.
The grandchildren of Calamity.
Somehow...
We all just play the goblins. That's it. Just all of the goblins.
Yes.
That is 100% what would happen. Yeah.
We do have to play that as a one-shot one time.
I'm absolutely on board for that.
That would be.
I would like to dibs through Lila.
I think I'm gonna have to DM this.
Can I propose Liddy? I want to play Liddy.
That's not a goblin!
I know, but he's on the ship with the goblins!
No!
Goblin one shot. You can be full set.
You're now two,
Yes,
man.
babe, you're Forsetti. It's fine.
I'll be Forsetti.
Oh.
A Forsetti!
All right. Where was I going with all this?
I don't know!
Not a Tarrasque. Not a Tarrasque.
You were not going with a Tarrasque, Brian.
No. However, this is like what, the third day, fourth day?
This would be day 5, actually.
This would be day 5, yeah.
Okay. So the weather becomes kind of horrible as a lot of torrential rainfall starts happening.
Yes, I get my level of exhaustion back.
And I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it.
Your elements.
This is not my thing.
Does anyone have endure elements currently up?
No.
I will say if you have resistance to fire, you will get advantage on this roll.
Sweet.
Hold on a second. Is Endure Elements a ranger spell?
I think so.
Because we've had a couple of days so far where we've had to make these saves, right?
Yes.
It's not a spell that Karth has.
But I'm wondering if it's a spell that's low enough level that Narashti could like prepare it to cast.
Trick is rangers don't necessarily prepare spells. They get a repertoire of spells that they draw from.
Yeah, it's like a sorcerer, not like a cleric.
Yeah.
Or druid. Yeah, they don't get to choose each day.
Well, no, druid gets to choose, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
Druid gets to
druids.
choose.
But rangers
But
do
for,
not.
Yeah, the way
for
we're
a ranger, you get a small repertoire of spells that you once they pick, you're basically chosen them.
Hmm.
So I don't know if
Gotcha.
Narashti did it show on her character sheet in D&D Beyond if she has what spells she has.
It does. She has protection from evil and good, but not elements.
Yeah, and Endure Elements is not a spell that even comes up on Karth's available list.
I don't believe it is actually a spell in 5e.
It might not be a spell in 5e. Yeah.
There is one. I don't know if it's called Endure Elements, but there is one
There's
spell
like
that
a-
does that. I've seen
There's
it
like a
before.
resistance to energy, because I think Kira has that in the
Yeah,
other
but-
game. And you can
But-
choose
How
like
long does the
protection from
resist
energy.
yeah.
Like protection from energy, and I don't honestly know. I don't think it's very long.
Because the trick is this is kind of a checkmate because of traversing
Yeah.
throughout the day.
No, there is an Endure Elements spell, but I don't think it might be like just Druid or just a handful of things.
Actually, I have, because I have protect energy on my loot, but it only lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
And then you choose the type of energy that you're resistant to.
Yeah.
As far
So,
as
yeah.
that spell.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So not a realistic thing that's going to happen right now.
Unfortunately, it looks like it. So, Constitution saving throw, you said?
Yes.
Constitution saving throw, Sam. I don't know what that was. I won't do that again.
But if you have resistance to fire, it's advantage.
Correct.
21 for Rhiannon.
Okay, you are okay.
19 for Ember.
You are also okay.
28 for Tia,
Tia's fine.
and then a 16 for Barka.
And Barca is fine.
Well, that's an
16
8
Karth
for
as well.
Amaya.
Amaya, you get a level of exhaustion. And Cyrian, and what was your
16 for Karth.
Karth is fine.
14 for Narashti.
Narashti will get a level of exhaustion.
Oh.
Because part of it is that everyone is just soaked through and through. Like it's it's very much like that one scene from like Forrest Gump where he's like, "Yep, sometimes the rain hits you from the front, from up top, from the side, even from below," and it's like it's like the rain doesn't let up. It coats every inch of your body. It's just and it's so annoying as far as one carrying all that extra weight, but the fact that even though you're wet does not in any way, shape, or form remove the heat. It's just it's so it's just kind of miserable. And you can definitely see it's having an impact on. You see, Meredith looks pretty exhausted, and so those that I said that did not make a 15 or higher, you are affected with 1 level of fatigue or exhaustion.
I imagine at this point that Amaya has probably packed most of her clothes away and is just slogging forward in her small clothes to avoid as much water log as possible.
We're hiking through a sauna.
Is anybody over more than 1 level of exhaustion?
I don't believe so, because luckily so far the evenings have been
Uneventful? Okay.
uneventful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put this out there to the group. I do have 1 potion of vitality, which would get rid of all levels of exhaustion. So if somebody gets super, super bad, I do have that.
Awesome. We'll keep
Now-
that for a rainy day.
Remind me, because like it's been a while for all of us, but I know you did. You sent Zaya off and the crew off to kind of hide, for lack of a better term. And I know there was talk at one point in time of perhaps having them come back. But I'm trying to remember, for Brian's sake here, was the were they coming back towards Kabara?
I believe they were. Adam is shaking his head no, but I'm pretty sure that they were.
I don't think
Because
they
they-
were. I think we were going this one alone. And we were going to, like, our exit strategy was to teleport to Zaya, wherever the fuck she is.
Was it?
I believe it was.
I thought we were meeting her halfway.
And that's why I don't remember exactly, because I know many things were discussed, so I figured I would double check.
Oh, crap.
The one downside of having a little bit of a break. Amaya, do you remember?
I did not know what our final decision on that was.
I don't recall, unfortunately.
Well, it's a decision we ought to make then.
So let's because we'll retcon that this was the decision, because I know you guys made this decision before you entered into the jungle, as far as what was going to happen. So as far as time-wise, this will be kind of retcon to that. But the first question is did you guys did you want to recall Zaya? Or to have Zaya meet up with you? Or at least head in the general direction of Kabara?
I think the intent was to have her head closer so that when we teleport to her, we're not super far away, since we know we also are going to have to fight Drakuskull.
Yes.
And we didn't want to give Drakuskull like days and weeks or whatever
Yeah.
to
that
build
sounds
back
right.
up.
Yeah.
So I
Let's
think
try
we
to-
were having her head this way, but she wasn't
Okay.
going to be, we weren't going to be getting her involved in this part of this fight.
That sounds right. Trying to keep our escape options open.
Yeah.
Okay. So heading towards Kabara, but not necessarily meeting up with you right away.
Yeah.
I think we're going to
correct.
have her stay like a couple of miles out just to stay out of sight.
Okay. So as you're beginning to set up camp, so to speak, for this, for I think it's like the 5th evening or what have you, Amaya, you hear Zaya reach out to you. Mom?
What is it, sweetie?
So we're on our. I mean, we're on our way. I think we're getting close to at least seeing the coastline of Corvair, as best we can tell. Um, I I don't want to worry you because I know there's some stuff going on and you're dealing with stuff, but I think we might be being followed. Nikali used some of his magic to try to sort of hide us or storm things and stuff to maneuver with, and like our first couple of days when we were heading down towards Stormreach, we definitely noticed there was a kind of airship off on the horizon, so to speak. And granted, that was before we changed course. I think we lost them for now, but I don't know. I feel like they might still be trying to follow us, and I don't want to add to everything else going on with what's going on, because I don't. I mean, I know I want you, because I hope you guys can save Lyria and whatnot, but I
Sweetheart, I'm going to worry about you whether you tell me about things like this or not. So thank you for telling me. Do your best to be safe. If you need to take a longer route to rendezvous with us, take the longer route to be safe. Do what you can to lose any tails, obviously. Trust Nikali. He's good with lightning and storms, and those will be absolute havoc for any airships trying to follow you.
Well, and admittedly, that's part of what he did, yeah.
Good. We'll rendezvous with you in a couple of days if all goes well. Just let me know if you see any other signs of being followed or notice anything else strange or unusual.
Okay.
How's your trip been going other than that?
Not too bad. Nikali's still trying to teach Liddy common, which is going okay, I guess. From Nikali's pretty positive about it. Liddy is a little frustrated with it, but Nikali's pretty positive about it. But Nikali's usually pretty positive about everything, really.
Very true.
Are
the goblins all staying in line?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, the drunk is keeping him in line, so when he's not passed out.
Well, it's good he's doing something at least, I guess.
Well, it's between Nikali and him, it's very much the carrot and the stick kind of approach, I guess. So the goblins tend to, and I mean, other than that, everyone else seems to be doing okay.
Good.
Sorry, I'm blanking on names, and that's horrible because so many NPCs. Telemon and Solana are doing all right, and Anya's, well, she's going stir crazy, but I mean, she's doing okay, all things considered.
Glad to hear it. Would you let her know that we'll do our best to get back and help relieve her boredom soon?
Yeah, she's I've been kind of working with her a little bit. I mean, yeah, keep her company and stuff, but kind of working on some of the, kind of the tricks that you and Narashi, have kind of shown me as far and Rhiannon a little bit too with the kind of the mental tricks, strength of will thing to kind of fortify yourself a little bit. Hoping it helps.
Well, that's sweet of you.
I know she's really she puts on a pretty brave face, but I can tell she's scared with that whole thing, which I get.
Sure. I wouldn't wish what she went through on anyone. But she's lucky to have a good friend like you there to help her out while we're gone.
Well, and Solana, oh my gosh, she has taught me so many things about how people talk and just society things, and like she talks a lot. Like a lot, which is good because it's because, like you said, it's always good to observe different viewpoints and whatnot. But she, I can tell she has, now that she has some people to talk to. I think her brother was being, granted, with everything that went on, is protective, but sometimes maybe a little overprotective. And I think now that she's not as well, I mean, still secluded because we're all on the ship, but like,
Sure.
has people to talk to, so she does a lot of talking.
Well, good. I'm glad things are still lively enough while we're away.
Uh-oh, I think we lost someone.
Oh, we did lose Ember.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Hey.
Just temporarily.
Well, at any rate, give my love to everybody, and I'll keep you informed of stuff's going on.
I will, and all of our love, and my love especially, to you and the rest of the crew.
Love you.
Love you too, sweetheart. See you soon.
Babe, you'll want to rearrange our pictures.
Was just doing so.
Okay, thanks.
Pardon me. So you do kind of get that in the evening. I would like are you guys taking the same sort of watches as before?
I don't see why we wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're doing 3 shifts, it might be worthwhile to double up on shifts too, if we can all still get a full night's rest and recover exhaustion.
I would like... Okay, so first, I would like everyone to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
25 for Rhiannon.
Sorry, did you say 25?
I did.
You're good to go.
17 for Gavin.
You're good to go.
15 for Ember.
You're good to go.
A 2 for cards with a natural 1.
Oof.
All right, so Karth gets a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
Well, half good news here. Amaya got a 21.
Okay.
Narashi got a 12.
Narashti will get a point of exhaustion.
That's 2 now for Narashi.
So basically, the heat and the moisture don't abate during the night. In fact, you'd almost think the rainfall would cut the heat a little bit, especially as it gets to nighttime. But it just becomes miserable. I mean, even more miserable. So those that got more exhaustion or what have you, that's basically what you get from sleeping through the night, as it were. For those on first watch, I would like one of you to roll a d20.
Who was on first watch?
Amaya.
Okay.
And note if you have it won't matter towards the d20 roll as far as any levels of exhaustion. That's not affecting the roll.
7.
Okay, so Barca, did you have the first watch?
Oh, I guess Barca had second watch. It'll still be a 7 once we get there. Just
Maya had first watch.
Amaya, did you get a...
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was muted on my mic. 19 for the first roll. I figured we'd keep it in the same order.
Okay.
I'm not liking the highness of that number with how well the low numbers were treating us earlier,
And
but...
out comes the Tarask.
No. I'm not that neat.
Yeah, sure.
Amaya, what is your passive perception?
Amaya's passive perception is 19.
Okay. You are taking watch, and this is maybe like an hour or so into your watch. And you do hear some movement in the jungle. Because even with them having a skill in it, they rolled crappy. And you see there appears to be a small group of these green-scaled, like, lizard folk. Not quite what you're used to. Not unsimilar to some of the half-dragon warriors and minions of Dracoskal that you've come across. I mean, as far as like scales and more of a reptilian face and whatnot. But these beings don't necessarily have the coloration that would be more indicative of that draconic influence of like a half dragon. And you see many of them have like kind of a finned, like a fin kind of going from the top of their skull kind of back down their spine. They all have elongated tails. They are wearing, some are wearing different little hides or bits. They've got kind of leather, looks like leather covered sort of shields and some clubs. And some carry spears or javelins, all very kind of crude make, definitely made from the jungle. But you see that they are a ways off, maybe about let's go maybe 110 feet away or so, give or take. They do not appear to have noticed you as far as you can tell at this point, but they are definitely heading in the party's direction.
Okay. And you said they're about 100 feet out?
Yeah, like 100, 110 feet. Just kind of like your that's kind of your best guess. Granted, it's pretty dark out. It's kind of hard to see, but you hear the movement more than anything as they're kind of going through the forest. They're not being too particularly stealthy.
Okay.
Because I rolled like a nat 1 on their stealth check, so they're really not being stealthy. They're trying, but not doing so much.
Okay. Then I am going to go to whoever's tent is nearest, shake them awake, and say, "We've got lizard folk about 100 feet from camp. Wake the others. I'm going to distract them while you get everybody up." And then I'm going to kind of head sort of towards the lizard folk, but kind of like at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
And I'm basically going to try to be, like, I'm going to get a little ways away from camp and then start making more noise and kind of like circle around behind them and kind of draw their attention the other way.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay. So I will let you pick. Which person do you wake up?
I will wake up Rhiannon.
Okay.
Probably tried for Rhiannon to see if I could get a twofer with her and Gavin.
Easy enough.
Phrasing.
Nice.
Sorry, I've also been watching a lot of Archer lately, so I do apologize.
Funny enough, I have two.
Yeah. In Gavin's dreams.
You're more like a disapproving big sister to him, so I don't know that that's necessarily something he dreams about.
I mean, maybe he likes that kind of judgment. You don't know.
You know what? You know what? This is not the time or place for this discussion. Moving along.
I also didn't say they were the dreams he wanted to have.
So fair. Amaya, stage whisper. Check with my dad. He will know things about the things. And Rhiannon will go wake up Ever.
Okay.
Do I get awakened in this too?
What's your passive perception?
Not at all good.
And Rhiannon elbow Gavin on the way out.
With the elbow, you wake up. You don't necessarily hear anything that has taken place, but you notice that Rhiannon is moving.
Lizard people.
I'll kind of groggily get up. Step outside. I do have dark vision to 120. Do I see anything?
Please.
Yeah, you actually do see the lizard folk, approaching.
Do they appear to be, and I missed part of the description, are they more or less draconic than our previous encounters?
Less draconic.
You've now come across and dealt with a number of half-dragons that you do not necessarily think they are, but you'd have to get a closer look to get a better idea.
Do I see Amaya attempting to run interference?
You do see Amaya has kind of gone off into the jungle. So Amaya, I would like you to make a...
Well, and I'm going to add in one little thing. That once I get just a little ways away from the camp, that's when I pull out and activate my Sunblade, so that there is 15 feet of light and 15 more feet of dim light just around Amaya.
Okay.
So Duel of the Fates starts playing, the lightsaber blade extends.
You, okay. So you are a beacon of light in the darkness. And yeah, Gavin, you see the lizard folk are like pretty much drawn to that. And they are definitely looking to pursue, and I would like everybody to roll initiative.
That's a 9 for Amaya.
And then, Rhiannon, would you be kind enough to keep track of initiative for us?
Yes, I will. So that was a 9 for Amaya. What's your initiative mod?
+4. Rashti rolled really well, though. She got 23 with a +3.
And what is Narashti's passive perception?
Narashti's passive perception. Oh, not bad. It's 17.
Okay. For those that are not immediately awake, aka Amaya, Rhiannon, and Gavin, do any of you have a passive perception of a 20 or higher?
Negatory.
Okay. So no one's going to automatically hear what's going on and wake up. They'll have to be woken up or something. Or an alert given, whatever that is. Just to keep that in mind.
Okay. I've got Amaya, Narashti, Karth is at an 11, Rhiannon's at a 19, Gavin.
Gavin's at an 18 with a +3.
3, Barca.
23 with a +3.
You and Narashti are tied.
Barca will go first.
Okay. Ember.
Works.
Because Barca's here. And not saying that because of Narash. Our player who plays Narashti, unfortunately, is very sick right now with some bronchitis, and we want her to get better very soon because we miss her, but I know she's hurting. And that's why she's not here with us today, because she's
looks like a 13 initiative for Ember.
Saw that. Ember, when you have a chance, just tell me what your modifier is, because I'll keep that for this session. And then I need Meredith.
It's a +4.
+4, okay.
Meredith got a 18 with +4. And Lizard Folk got a 7.
And then I need Argentia.
20 dirty.
And what's her modifier? Their modifier?
+2.
Is there anything else I need to put on the list for initiative?
Nope.
DM. Okay. Top of the round will be Barca and then Narashti, who are both asleep. So the order is, well, I'll just read through the order. Barca, Narashti, Argentia, Rhiannon, Meredith, Gavin,
Okay.
Ember, Karth, Lizard Folk.
Where's Amaya in that one?
Between Karth and the Lizard Folk. Sorry, I missed Amaya.
Okay.
I'm still trying to put them in order. So
No worries.
Ember, Karth, Amaya, and then Lizard Folk.
Awesome.
Okay. So, uh-oh. We lost Ember for just one. That's right. We can start Barca. So the first couple of people are still sleeping. So we can kind of move past them.
So the first person that's awake is actually Rhiannon.
Okay.
And Rhiannon was moving to wake up I forget who I said. I think I said Barca. I might have said Ember.
You said Ember, but since she's not here, you might want to go with Barca.
We'll go with Barca.
That works.
I'm gonna check on Ember real quick and see if there's some technical difficulties we can fix.
Gotcha.
So I will move over to Barca and just kind of gently shake him. Buddy, I need you to wake up. There are lizard folk.
What?
Wake up, Barca.
Wake up, buddy.
What?
It's probably time to fight.
Okay. And I get cranky because I'm really sleepy and I rage.
I am going to throw this out there, Brian. Since we're having technical difficulties, we are at about the halfway point. Do you want to just take a quick break?
You know what?
Before we
That's
launch into
probably
this?
not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and do that, just so that way we can give them a little bit of time. So thanks everybody for your patience. We're going to take a quick break. We'll hopefully be back very soon, but
Let's shoot for like 10 minutes, but who knows?
yeah, and we will continue.
All right, we shall return, friends. Hello, we're back. Sorry about that.
Back.
Technical difficulties and shit. So,
I
we
just
rolled
realized
initiative.
I'm gonna interrupt you because I just realized that in the chat you put "please bear with us," but you used your blind GM bear, and that's adorable.
I am not sorry.
Love it. Love it. Welcome back, everybody, as we continue on. So, I believe...
Rhiannon just woke Barca up.
Rhiannon just woke Barca up. We'll call that an action, so you still have, like, a movement if you want to do something. However, do you have dark vision?
I have dark vision out to 120 feet.
Okay, so then you do see the lizard folk. And granted, you see the beacon of light that is Amaya, but...
That's fine. I will use my move to move over to where Karth is.
Okay.
Actually, well... And I'll shout!
Okay.
Lizard folk, everybody wake up! Lizard folk incoming. And that'll be Rhiannon's turn. Without the jazz hands, she would not do the jazz hands.
Why not? Forever.
It's fine.
All right.
And then that is her turn. So Meredith is up with Gavin on deck.
Okay, with you saying that, everybody will be able to get up and react. So Meredith will get up from prone and draw her hand crossbow and go, what's going on? Lizard what?
Point gestures vaguely.
Well, and she's kind of looking, and you know, much like you with your blessings of your partial elven heritage, because she's also half elf, because you kind of have to be a Madani. But you can definitely get the sense from her, since you have crazy insight, that her dark vision is not nearly as good as yours. We'll leave it at that.
Shadow sorcerer.
But you wake her up. While she gets up, she readies. That's Meredith. Moving on.
Gavin with Ember on deck.
I'm going to kind of move to, as they're kind of moving towards Amaya. I'm actually going
to... You have dark vision, but what's your...
120.
Yours 120, okay.
Because Devil's Sight is a thing.
That is true.
So I'm going to kind of move laterally to Amaya with the intention of kind of moving in behind the lizard folk. Not like super close, but like flanking a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm not going to move I'm not going to double move. I'm just going to move the 30 feet to kind of get into a better position. And then I'm going to ready a quickened, a twinned Eldritch Blast, but I'm going to hold off until Amaya actually attacks them.
Okay.
So that is what I am doing. I am done.
Ember with Karth on deck.
Ember just is kind of sitting duck here. Where is... I'm way in the back.
Well, right now you guys are all you're resting for the most part, but you did hear Rhiannon what woke you up is you heard Rhiannon kind of mention out loud lizard lizard men or lizard folk approaching, however she put it. Which admittedly woke you up from a wonderful dream of you riding on Wyvernback with Captain Colvin.
I open up one eye. Do I see any lizard folk within my eyesight?
Do you have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
And what is your range on that?
60 feet.
You do not see any lizard folk. However, you do see there is a somewhat bright beacon of light kind of further past where your dark vision sort of ends. And you see Amaya kind of off in the distance.
Okay. I will get up. Will kill half my movement. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast fly on myself.
Okay.
And go after Amaya.
And go after what?
The light.
Okay.
Amaya.
After Ember is Karth with Amaya on deck. We have a very feisty puppy. Karth will...
It doesn't help that the neighbors are outside with their dogs playing
no,
frisbee.
that doesn't help. She just wants to play, Dad.
I know, but the Aussie wants to cut her, so it's not...
That's fair. Karth will stand up. He does not have dark vision, which seems like a gap in his rangeriness, but whatever. And he will light a fucking torch and drop it on the ground and then draw his swords.
Okay.
And just ready for anything that comes his way. Yeah, that's really all he can do because he can't see them yet.
Okay.
Amaya, and then the lizard folk at the bottom of the round.
All right. Maya is going to use her normal movement speed to kind of put herself close to the far side of the lizard folk. They were 100 feet away from the camp, so I don't think she can quite get around kind of and put them between her and the camp.
Well, what's your speed?
50.
No, but you're pretty... You're not quite able to flank them, so to speak, as far as being on the far side of them, but you're easily able to get kind of parallel to them, so to speak, so about the same distance that they are from the camp that you are, kind of deal.
Sure. I'm going to make sure that I stay a little ways away from them with that, about 30 feet from me to the closest one.
Okay.
So that I can pop off a couple of my sun bolts.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily able to...
Perfect. 22 for the first attack.
That will hit.
So that'll hit the first one for 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay, it's still up.
And second attack will be a 16 to hit.
That will also hit.
All right. That one will deal 7 points of radiant damage.
It is still up.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to use 1 key point to dash.
Okay.
And I will then move kind of further away from the camp so that it's kind
so
of
with
me.
that dash, you can definitely get to the, if you're trying to kind of...
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to put me 50 feet away from the lizard folk, and then traveling in that same straight line would be 100 feet to the camp.
Okay. Gavin, you were just kind of moving, right? You weren't necessarily stealthing?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, Amaya?
Nope, that's all the actions that I'm able to take.
Amaya, after Amaya are the lizard folk.
Actually,
and then
I'm going to
Sith.
take my ready to action.
Okay.
Everybody needs to hydrate.
Well, I'm going to take my ready to action, and then I will hydrate. So I'm going to do the twinned Eldritch Blast. So the first roll is a nat 20. Second is a 24.
Okay. Those will both hit.
Okay. Third is a 19. Fourth is a 15.
The 15 will hit.
Okay. And figure I'm just picking the one that is closest to me, and if I kill it, I'll move one to a different one. So there's the thing. So the crit. We'll do this. Crit is 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack, if he's still up, is 10 points of damage.
That will off him.
Okay. Third.
He had one hit point.
I figured. When you laughed, I figured. Third is going to go to just kind of the next guy in line. 11 points. And the fourth is going to go 13 points of damage. Or the fourth.
Okay, so you drop 2 of them.
Okay. And that is me, so that means it is the lizard folks' turn.
Right. So 2 of their guys are dead. 1's wounded. They run. They run as best they can in a direction that is not towards Gavin, the camp, or Amaya.
Guess who's pissed off and gonna fly after him?
That's fair.
But
yeah, they move and dash. They are GT to the FO. So that is their turn.
I'm flying.
Top of the round is Barca with Narashti on deck.
How far are the fleeing suspects?
You hear what's your dark vision distance?
6 dark vision, 120 feet.
Dang. Okay. You do see them just kind of flit out of view. So they're probably at that, like, maybe just a little bit over 120, you're guessing. But if you move towards them, you think you'll probably be able to see them.
All right, I'll use my 40 feet of movement and move in that direction.
Okay. So you close. So you do, at the end of your 40 feet of movement, you do see them. They are probably from you. They're, we'll say, maybe about 100 feet away.
All right. I'm going to take out my bow and take a couple shots.
All right.
All right. First one is dirty 20.
That will hit.
And then the second one's a natural 20.
That will also hit.
All right. So 12 points of damage to one. Did it drop?
No, it is still up.
10 points of damage to the same one. So first shot was 12, second shot was 10.
The second shot drops it. Like the first arrow sticks in deep into its side, and it kind of turns and hisses in pain, and then the second arrow just nails it in the forehead, and it drops.
Nice. And that's Barca's turn.
After Barca is Narashti with Argentia on deck.
All right. So Narashti is awake and aware at this point, right?
Correct. Everybody is awake from Rhiannon yelling about the lizard folk.
Okay. Narashti is going to move in the direction that Barca moved to try to see if she can see the.
Does Narashti have dark vision?
She does not.
So Narashti hears movement coming from several parts of the jungle and knows the vague direction based on Barca firing off some arrows, but has no real clue where everything's at.
Okay. Well, she's used her full move, so she's going to, as a bonus action, cast Misty Step to get another 30 feet closer.
Okay. And now Narashti is pretty much in complete darkness. In the jungle, but in the dark.
Okay. Or it's still not able to see.
Not able to see a darn thing other than the light of Amaya's glowing sun sword, sunblade.
Okay.
And to be honest, it's kind of like you hear some movement and some and maybe some talking from or grunts or whatever coming from various sources throughout the jungle. You're not necessarily, but it's all kind of it's got a weird sort of like a disconnected feeling. The fact that it's just like all you hear is the noises of the jungle and the combat, but you don't see any of it.
Can she kind of tell just from hearing which direction this large cluster of lizard people are?
As an action, you can make you can observe, you can make a perception roll.
We'll do that.
Based off sound, if you have any benefits that help you based off sound.
I don't believe she does, but that's a 22.
You think you do know, yes. There's admittedly, the lizard folk are not being subtle at the moment. They are just running for their lives, the three that are left. So you do hear a larger kerfuffle of noise, we'll say, than necessarily where Gavin is, which would, I think, be the other real source of Gavin and your guess and Barca.
Okay. Well, since that was an action, that will be all of Narashti's actions, but she'll kind of be readying to head towards that general direction on her next round.
Okay.
After Narashti is Argentia with Rhiannon on deck.
I imagine Argentia is going to just stay at the camp at this point, since several people have already kind of moved off. And there's still a couple people still back at the camp, I believe.
Okie dokie. That'll bring it to Rhiannon's turn. What does she see? Who is where and what,
Okay, so you see,
I know, right?
it's kind of chaos. I mean,
Uh-huh.
everyone sees Amaya. Like that's kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
You see, roughly about 30 to 40 feet away from the camp, you see Narashti kind of completely in the dark and with her bow drawn, but like
She doesn't know where to look.
doesn't really know where to look, but is kind of like listening and kind of hearing the kerfuffle. You see Barca's not too terribly far away from her, maybe about 15 to 20 feet or so, because he also went into the jungle, but you can see he actually fired off and killed one of the lizard folk. So he actually sees where they're at, and he's shooting with his bow. You see Gavin is also in the jungle, kind of moved out into the jungle and had just pattered killing one of the lizard folk, two lizard folk,
Two.
I forget, with
She killed two.
blast.
Okay, how many are left? Can Rhiannon still see them?
There are 3 that you can see.
How far away are they from me?
I forget. Did you also move out in the jungle to pursue, or are you basically in the kind of?
I'm still in the camp.
So they are. So actually, I would say your dark vision was what, 120?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they are out of your view.
I will move 30 feet in their direction.
Okay, then you are just able to kind of see them on the cusp. So they're about, I'd say like 100 and 110 to like probably right on the border of your vision.
Yeah. Cool. And I will just drop a fireball on their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Appropriate.
Because none of my people are in melee with them, correct?
Correct. No one's in melee with them.
Cool.
What's your save DC?
15. Ooh, that's not
yeah. So, okay, they all fail.
Excellent.
Because measured and reasonable response is not in our group's vocabulary.
I got woken up. I'm a little bit cranky.
Hey, that is one thing that people should learn. Don't wake up the adventurers. I mean, that's just...
That's like henching 101 right there.
Exactly. Okay. That's a lot of dice. Okay.
Yeah, fireball's a little crazy.
Okay. Yeah. How does 34 points of fire damage sound?
They are all dead.
Excellent.
One's eyes goes a little bright as all of a sudden there is an explosion of fire, and you see bits of lizard folk just torn apart and tossed about.
Can I go back to bed now?
Maya will loot what remains of the bodies.
Yes, we are looting.
We loot the bodies.
Okay, of the 3 bodies that you can find, because even the 2 that were uninjured, you dropped them well past the 0 mark with your fireball. So, like, for the 3 that were hit with the fireball, and one of them was already wounded. So the 3 that you
I vaporized them.
They're.
I'm not sorry.
They're gazpacho. But for the other 3, you are able to find. Now, granted, like their weapons, so they have these sort of spike shields with these spikes on the end that are made out of like teeth or sharpened pieces of wood, but they're like a stretched leather shield. They're nothing of any necessarily particular make, so to speak, or quality of craftsmanship. Same with like their javelins and their clubs. Although they are, but some of the jewelry, you would say, some of the like bracelets and necklaces and whatnot that these lizard folk have bits of rough cut, like not cut necessarily, but like bits of like raw gemstones, or even you see a couple that have, looks like maybe like a platinum or gold coin that has been, like a hole has been kind of punched out, so it's kind of hanging on their different necklaces or accoutrements. Or you see some beadwork of a sort that's maybe done with that looks like actual polished stones that might be more semi-precious. I would say for what you can gather of their tribal material, tribal jewelry or whatnot, of a semi-precious nature, it's maybe, you'd guess maybe to a collector it'd be worth about 70 gold. If maybe to like an explorer society or something,
It's not bad.
All right. Is there at least one corpse that's reasonably intact?
Yeah, there are 3 corpses that are intact.
Okay. After we loot it, I'm going to shove one of the corpses into the bag of holding.
Why?
Okay.
I promised the Oracle to send new and interesting corpses. And I'm
This is
keeping my
not
promise.
new or interesting.
To us, maybe, but to her, who knows?
How much stuff do we have in
Oh,
the
daughters of Soyakel?
No, the troll shaman.
Or no, the troll shaman chick. But still.
Troll shaman. Oh, that troll shaman. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was there? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. So, yeah, you dispatch them quite easily. Your father suggests that maybe we not use large explosive spells.
I'm tired and I got woken up in the middle of the night. I will try to remember next time.
Fair enough.
I mean, plus, Gavin doesn't say this, but, like, his thinking is, plus it's been raining for, like, the last fucking 5 days. If this shit catches on fire, it deserves to be.
I think it's more of a drawing attention kind of thing.
Meh.
Yeah, less of a... Yeah. There's no worries about it burning down the jungle. That is not a thing that will happen. But definitely more of a, hey guys, did we notice the napalm that was just went off over there? That tends to stick out in the crowd a little bit. So anyway.
Picky.
You're dead. That's all I care about.
Real quick, hey Schmoopsy, there is a question for you in the chat if you want to go take a look quick.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I just wanted to let him know.
Moving on. So the next, there are no further encounters for that evening. You are able to get a long rest.
Yay.
And you are able to, it's not a great rest, but you are able to get a long rest, and you are able to get rid of a level of exhaustion.
Cool.
Yay!
I will once again start the day with a rousing speech. Same group as before.
Okay.
Still 15
Oh.
temporary hit points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
rando.
a static number, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You are now getting to, so you've spent several days traversing through the jungle. You are now getting to the point where you're at the base of the ancient volcano that this sort of city of fiends or the seat, the throne of the great dragons, or whatever the hell it was called, the attack of war.
The throne of
Yeah.
or other.
Throne of Holy Dragons, I believe it was.
The throne of holy dragons. Yeah. Hakatorvak. And you and granted the volcano has been dormant for, as far as I know, eons. I mean, they built a city literally in the caldera of it, so it's not, it's not like Kaplui or anything like that. But you do see, what's interesting is you do see signs of what once used to be maybe a little bit of a civilization built on the slopes of it here and there, although a lot of it is jungle covered. But you notice there are these, every once in a while, there are these jagged spires of like obsidian that the jungle doesn't appear to necessarily latch onto, like the other stone structures or whatever, usually has moss and vines and whatever growth. I mean, the jungle reclaims stuff quickly, but it doesn't so much on these kind of obsidian sort of jagged shards. And so it's this weird sort of, it almost looks like, from far away, it almost looks like the claws of some massive creature sort of clawing up from the caldera a little bit, or spikes of it sticking out from the sides. But you do see that the path is, there are actually a couple of paths up and down the mountain. You do see there are some different lizard folk tribes that look like, I shouldn't say tribes. You see some different lizard folk villages that you kind of sneak by and make your way past. Many of them are actually emptied out, as many of them were the kind of some of the original tribes that went to attack New Throne. And so it's kind of eerily, in some cases, it's kind of eerily quiet. But you make your way up to the caldera. And granted, the hills of the volcano are still covered in jungle growth. So it's like, it takes you a little bit where you're like, wow, it just seems like a little bit rockier terrain when Karth tells you, like, we're on the volcano now. Like, and you're like, oh, okay, because, just jungle. But then you do see that there appears to be some more clearings here and there, and as the verticality of it keeps kind of going up and up, you definitely get a sense of it more. And as you're taking a moment to kind of catch your breath on maybe and maybe get a little bit of water, and kind of keeping it, and the paranoia is a little bit high because you're definitely, there's no question now you're in enemy territory. A shadow blankets all of you. And you see this massive massive blue dragon. Fly up and out of the caldera and passes overhead and flies off to the west.
Dracus skull was blue, yeah?
Dracus skull is blue.
Is west in the direction of the city?
West is the direction of New Throne, correct.
That's fine. What we wanted, right?
I mean, either it worked or we're more fucked than usual. We just gotta, get through a city full of lizard folk, undeseen, and bushwhack a giant black dragon instead.
There you go.
It's fine.
I would like you all to make a stealth roll.
While we're kind of taking our rest, I'm actually going to take off my armor.
Okay.
Because that's what gives me disadvantage on stealth rolls.
I have a thing for you then. Karth will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
I think I might have missed it, but did we get any long rest or whatnot after the lizard folk?
We did.
Yes.
You did.
Would that remove a level of exhaustion for anybody?
You at the end of the long rest, you were able to remove one level of exhaustion.
Beautiful.
Gavin is also going to pull out the cast-off armor as opposed to the mariner's plate.
Okay.
And pack the mariner's plate away.
Oh,
You have a plus 10.
Yep, I am now at a 13. Without disadvantage. Yay. I have a plus 13 without disadvantage.
Okay, so Gavin got a 13.
I'm sorry, I hadn't rolled yet. Dirty 20.
Okay.
With your plus 10 or without your plus 10?
That is with my plus 10.
Okay. Karth has a 21.
Okay.
Rhiannon has a dirty 20.
Tia rolled a natural 1, but it's a dirty 20.
that's so mean. I also rolled a nat 1, but then that gives me a 15 with Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
And Bark is a 33.
Mark is fucking invisible. Great. Big ass bugbear.
Stealth rage.
You are able
my God.
to sneak into the city. And you see that there are. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy. So there's all these jagged spires of obsidian that are actually, that you do see there are actually like doorways and in some cases windows or balconies, but it's all got this really sharp, jagged, spiked motif, and it is sharp. It is like you don't want to lean against any of the edges. You will cut yourself horribly. But you see, and so that is one part of it. And in fact, you even see words of infernal or not infernal, abyssal carved into it as well. And in fact, in some cases, the words even kind of glow, but with some sort of residual magical effect, what have you. Hanging, though, stretched across from these different balconies and rooftops or whatever, you see hanging from vines, you see the flayed skins of several demons or skulls of demon heads or what have you, as whatever demonic influences are in this area, apparently the different tribes of lizard folk or whatnot, and the half dragons hunt the demons that come across. But you remember too from your studies of Rashak that Rashak has been the guardian of this place for some time, specifically to kill off demon spawn and things of that nature. And then the third thing, which seems almost kind of out of place over the sort of stark demonic influences, all of these like primitive huts and like of the more the lizard folk tribes that have built their different sort of villages within the streets, kind of, and taken up space. And admittedly, there are a few times where you have to detour around what would normally be a fairly open street or path, because it's been all clogged in with all of these different huts made out of some made out of hides, others made out of like a bunch of the leaves that have been kind of woven together. And sure enough, you also see that there are in some of the areas where there's even like pools or fountains or what must have been fountains at some point. You actually see there are several lizard folk, young and maybe more elders that are either swimming or bathing or what have you. So I mean, it is even with the reduced numbers, with a lot of their warriors being sent off to attack New Throne, there are still some beings here. That being said, you are able to maneuver past them. And you approach what is definitely the sort of the centerpiece of this throne of the holy dragons, which is the seat of power. And sure enough, it is a massive kind of obsidian sort of cathedral, for lack of a better term. And well, Karth is like, all right, I think this is it.
I take off my necklace that has the piece from Zaya on it, and I fasten it around Meredith's neck.
Okay.
When you find her, you get yourself and Dad, and you get to Zaya, and that'll take you there.
Riri.
Yeah, buddy.
Barca can help.
Barca always helps.
Barca help. Barca can. I think Barca can get some knowledge on locations of things.
Okay, buddy.
Barca's just gotta think for just a minute. So Barca sits down and almost gets in a yoga pose.
Okay.
Barca's straight up in lotus position.
And he takes he suppresses his rage as best he can and closes his eyes and casts Commune with Nature.
Oh my god.
And I can instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts. You briefly become one with nature, gain knowledge of the surrounding territory and the outdoors. The spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you, in caves and other natural underground settings. That's up to 300 feet.
Awesome.
So I can get to know one of 5 things. This is one that I'm choosing. Or sorry, 3 of 5 things.
Okay.
Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, and their general location.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one will be powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. Be another. And then any buildings.
Okay. So buildings and peoples, yes. Prominent peoples, lizard folk, and some. Well, they're pretty much mostly all lizard folk at this point, or kobolds. That being said, some of the lizard folk may be half dragons, but they're still technically lizard folk. As far as for and there's, yes, the obsidian structures definitely recognized as buildings. That last one, the what was the monsters that you sensed?
Fae, fiends. Sorry, I gotta read it again. Fae, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead.
You register an extremely powerful fiendish presence. You also, and overall, this entire place has kind of a minor reek of fiendish influence. So it's hard, it's hard to, at first, the kind of the miasma of just the fact that you were in this horrible, this city was once like a foothold for the fiendish armies when they were literally attacking Eberron in the before times, when it was like the fiend wars versus the draconic legions. It was that was the thing, back before recorded time, this was one of their footholds, their fortresses, their bases of operation. So there's definitely that sort of oily feel of demonic influence all around. But in the throne, or which I'll call it as a cathedral for now, just for ease of reference, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's not, but you get the idea. There's an extremely overwhelmingly powerful fiendish presence.
Got it. So what I'm guessing, so for Barca, this is how in my brain this works, is that Barca goes into this pose, and then a bunny that I'm guessing the other group doesn't see comes and delivers information to him, but he gets more playful now and kind of is gets down on all fours and then rolls around to get more information and is having this weird playtime thing with something you can't see. Yep. And then you see the play, he goes immediately from playful to completely alert, and then rises up and turns, okay, Barca, gain knowledge.
I love this.
Hey, buddy. What did you see?
This place kind of bad. Real not good place we're in. I sense something that Barca want to kill immensely. Very evil, fiendish, very powerful. And then lots of other lizard folky and half lizard folky creatures as well. Did I sense anything that would be of, in the people format, a humanoid that would be of the same make as Riri?
Well, it said the prominent people, yes.
The prevalent races.
Good question. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples?
I would say half-elves are not a prevalent people in this area.
What? We've doubled the number since we got here.
Dude,
We've more than doubled the number.
Oh, that's right. Meredith too. So we've literally tripled the number of half elves.
Yes, you've gone from 0 to like 3.
Great. Now we're an invasive species.
But
I mean, what are you gonna do?
is an elf fae?
no,
Okay,
not necessarily.
got it. Because that was one of the other things. If she's
It's a good question though, and it's good to ask. But no, they are technically not fae.
Rhiannon will pull out her wand of sending and try to cast ascending to her mother.
You pooping?
Stage whisper. Stage whisper. Hey, Mom. Where are you? Are you indoors? Are you locked up? Where are you at?
You have 5 left.
4.
Are there
Dad shaking Meredith.
people?
You do not get a response back.
Do I feel like it was delivered?
Yeah, like the spell went through. You definitely you feel the message was sent, like you, to the best of your knowledge, but you do not get a response back.
Oh, that does not make me feel good. I'll cast sending one more time.
Gavin, there's powerful, bad things here.
There is, buddy, and we're gonna have to go deal with it. Our goal is the dragon, but if we can go kill the big demon thing, I'm here for that too.
I'll cast sending to Lyria again and just tell her, we're coming. Hold on. Dad and Meredith are here for you. That's all.
Tell her they made out. See what happens.
Wow.
You'd totally get a response if she heard.
Yes, but if she, Gavin doesn't say it.
True. It's true.
I think Dad would probably murder me for that. That's fine.
Just a little bit of murder. Yeah.
So to that end, there is one thing Gavin wants to do before we part ways with Karth and Meredith.
Okay.
So like right as we're about to like go our separate ways after Rhiannon gives Meredith the trinket or whatever, he's gonna walk up to Karth and he's gonna kind of put his hands on his shoulders and just say, so I want to say that I apologize for inserting myself into a situation and pissing you off. That was not my place, and I am sorry for it. I understand guilt, I understand regret, but understand that you are helping now, and that's what counts. And really, he kind of glances over at Meredith. Have you considered polyamory? And he slaps him on the ass, and he walks away.
That's not how you should deliver that line.
As you begin to walk away, he does grab your arm and just looks over at Rhiannon and then looks back and he's like, take care of her.
Are you kidding? She needs to take care of me. She'll be fine.
He actually, like, for all his serious and gruffness, that actually causes him to crack it, to laugh a little bit and, like, break the tension, because that, yeah.
Like, not everybody's, head is in the game here.
Do you say that as Gavin kind of rejoins the group?
I think we need to take this fiend thing a bit more seriously.
So I'm taking it seriously. I just didn't want Karth going in there. I didn't want to die, and I didn't want him to die without, some kind of resolution. Not that I think we're going to die. Let's go fucking deal with the thing.
I would have made sure to tell Meredith and Karth that Lyria didn't respond to my messages, so that they know she may not be conscious.
Meredith just gives you a big hug and it's like, and as she's got you there, just kind of says, "We'll find her."
Careful. Don't be stupid.
And you see, Karth doesn't really. He doesn't really say anything, but he does kind of come up, and then he just kind of puts his hand on your cheek, and then he kind of leans in and kisses you on the forehead.
I give him a big squeezing hug. Yep, Mom.
And you see they depart, and they're both pretty decent sneakiness, so.
That's our, well, at least Karth is.
Once
There goes our pass without a trace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once they are off and away, I'm going to. Once they're off and away, I'm going to use my action to throw on my cast-off armor,
Okay.
and then I'm ready to go.
Any blocks that we need to do?
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself since we're going in anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious, how long does that last?
That's a good question. Let me look it up quick.
I mean, I don't really think it'll be an issue, but
Up to an hour. Do I think it'll take longer than an hour?
you do notice that the immediate area does not seem to have any of the little lizard folk villages built within the streets or any of that sort of stuff. You're guessing you get the sense that they give the actual dragon's lair distance.
A little bit of space.
Yeah. So chances are you think you're probably okay. Like, it doesn't seem like there's like any real sentries or anything at this point. In fact, there's
Really nothing.
nothing that
Okay. Amaya and Barca. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to where we're actually going to fight this thing. Before you run off, I want to cast a spell on the two of you right before we fight. Don't run off from me until I cast this spell, because I want to cast haste. But I don't know how long this is going to take.
I'll do my best, but no promises.
But Super Monk is awesome.
It really is.
As far as marching order, other than do you guys want Narashi in the lead and basically everything the same as before, other just Sans, Karth, and Meredith?
I think that works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
It's a good marching
Good
order.
with that.
Barca actually thinks really hard about the words that Riri just said and decides to take up the rear of the party in case he decides to forget her words of don't go running really fast. Maybe this will shorten some of that distance.
I mean,
Okay.
you were right in front of Rhiannon, but it's fine.
But if he's 20, 30 feet behind you bringing up the rear and you see someone ahead of you, of course, then again, if we get attacked from the rear, that's a different story. Whatever.
It's fine.
Phrasing.
In his brain, it works out.
It works out.
Now, I will say most of the entryways and whatnot to this place, since it is a huge area, the doorways are definitely wide enough where like a large-sized creature like Argentia could fit without any issue. in that regards. So, is there any other buffing that you guys need to do?
I'm just real quick checking my spells, but I think all I've got is Armor of Agathis.
Don't really have. I'm not really a buffer.
I was gonna say, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
a lot of my spells is just shit that I can do in the moment, so.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Hang on, let me go look at what I'm looking at. I don't. That was English, I swear. Oh, that's cool. Scary, but cool.
Yes.
That is pretty.
That's exciting.
That's awesome.
So Amaya, our Schmoopsy Poo, kind enough loaned me the use of his what Dwarven Forge stuff he had, and as you see, I put it to use.
Excellent.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I'll detach the camera so I can kind of give you
Give us a tour.
you a quick tour.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, got him. Flying.
So you're going to be entering in from here. But basically, as you enter into the kind of the cathedral-like space, you see there are several. Some of these stones are actually kind of darker than others, which is kind of the more obsidian and the sharper edges. But you see as you kind of enter into the space, and I'm knocking down walls already. This opens up in kind of this massive sort of chamber. You see there's actually a couple of...
You're not...
There you go.
Can you...
Yeah.
There are a couple of my brain keeps saying platform, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
balcony?
Not even balconies per se, but definitely
Terraces.
there you go, terraces that kind of overlook into the larger chamber itself. And it looks like some kind of nastily sort of carved stairs in some cases are kind of cut into the stone to sort of make passage for those that are smaller than large size. And there is a set over here as well for this one.
Oh, that is so cool.
You do see kind of piled into the corners over here. There are, dang it, Wall. There are some piles of treasure, as it were. And from what you can see, there are some different sort of kind of rough-hewn like almost like a tunnel or sort of a cave sort of thing. Admittedly, for like some of this open stuff here, there are walls here. I just didn't have enough walls. So this appears to be an entranceway. This, however, is not. If you can see that, okay. Let me know if you can't. And then the entranceway where you all are coming in from.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Oh, this is fine. Everything's fine.
We'll start with that for now, and if that gets...
Okay.
So I'm going to begin by sort of placing you all...
Can you also give us our north indicator when you have a second?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. And you know what? Because you reminded me, Rhiannon, I will give you a DM inspiration.
I will take it. I feel like I'm going to need that. That's a reroll, yeah?
Yeah, basically it's
Excellent.
a reroll. I realize that up there probably doesn't do anything for right now, so we'll just kind of tuck it in the corner there. When you do enter into the complex, Argentia turns back into a dragon because that seems like a thing to do. Uh-oh. Did I? There we go. And some of you are further down the tunnel, but I'm just trying to get you in order more than anything. Barca's in the back. All right. And then lastly.
Oh, Christ.
We're fighting Christ?
As
Be
you
the first time.
I always said I was ready to fight God or become him.
enter
Christ isn't God.
into the chamber.
Tomato tomato.
And actually, I'm going to rotate this slightly just so I can see the map a little bit better and adjust the camera. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see, 10. Now, this whole area, I would say, is for the most part, it's somewhat dimly lit. However, there is a sort of a central glowing it almost appears like maybe a portal or fissure that is bathing basically the majority of the room in some light, although it's maybe more like a dim light. I will say, though, if you're kind of going back behind where the light wouldn't hit it, like in some of these back areas, it's probably dark in terms of light sources. And I realize now this is poor design on my part. While you do not necessarily see a certain individual, you do hear the growl of a large draconic presence.
So roll a niche?
And indeed, I would like you to roll a niche.
All right. Here we go.
Let me know when you're ready, Phoenix.
I am ready.
I had a 23 with a +3.
Yep, I've got your modifiers, so I don't need modifiers this time around. 23 for Gavin, 17 for Rhiannon. Who else we got?
9. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, 16 for Amaya and 13 for Narashti.
All right.
19 for Barca, 13 for Tia.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm taking Meredith and Karth off the list.
For right now, we'll go ahead and roll and add them in, but they may just not. We'll add them into the initiative, but whether or not it impacts the combat or not, we'll see.
Okay. Karth's got a 13. I need Ember. Did I get your new init?
I'm at 18.
Okay.
Nice.
I just need Meredith, and then
Meredith got a.
Are Meredith and Karth with us?
We're just adding them to Nish so that they're there if we need them.
Okay.
They're not here in this particular combat at this time. Brain fart. Sorry. Meredith, 22.
nice. Okay, and then bad guy.
I need you to put LA at a 20.
Yeah, reaction. Okay.
And then Rashak rolled a nat 20, so got a 22.
That's fine.
Hey, better than I'm wasting the nat 20 on initiative.
That is true. I will just skip over Meredith and Karth unless I'm told otherwise.
Let me know when we hit them, but otherwise, yeah, go ahead and
Okay.
we'll just. You come into my lair.
Gavin still goes before Rashak.
Come, children of calamity, and face your doom. Gavin, what you gonna do? You are about 10 feet off of the edge of where the dragon is, which I'll just put the dragon off to the side. So you're about 10 feet off the edge of the map here. You hear that voice, you do not, and you know it's coming from that direction, but you do not see anything because
I am fucking muted. That's not helpful. I am going to... Well, I'm going to move 10 feet to get onto the map. I'm going to continue moving, but I'm going to cast Summon Greater Demon, or Fiend.
okay.
And I'm going to pop a Barbed Devil. Words are hard.
Okay, I may hold on.
Let me give you a size, because I'm pretty sure they're medium, but I'm not 100% sure. It is a medium fiend.
Real quick, is the Barb Devil large or medium?
Medium.
Thank you. I so do not have a Barb Devil, but as far as a fig, but we got this guy that'll work.
All right, I'm going to summon him 10 feet east of the blood pool there.
What's the range on your... Because you can't... With where you're at, you can't see past this wall. Really, unless you get it.
I'm going to then move into the room where I can kind of see a little bit more.
Okay, so what's your...
My speed is 30.
So if you wanted, you could go, like here to the corner.
Okay.
And then you could see... I mean, you can kind of see... You still can't necessarily see the dragon per se, but you can see the edge of the pool.
Sorry, I was looking away. Can you point where you put me?
Put you right here.
Oh, wait, I see it. All right, move me up kind of to the corner of that wall. Thank you for that.
And just to let you know, you're at 120 vision. From what you can see up to about that wall. So you do see this other entrance. You do see this upper deck area, for lack of a better term, because again, my brain is farting. And you do see part of this like either gateway, portal, pool, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So I'm going to throw Spike about 60 feet in the general southwesterly direction. Oh, it's 60 feet from me.
Okay, so 10... 20, so
And then just due west from there.
like,
Yep.
how far west?
The rest of the 60 feet.
Okay, so start 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 55, 60. Okay,
Perfect.
so just right up kind of against the base of those stairs.
Yep. So yeah, Gavin just kind of reaches out a hand, squeezes it shut, a portal opens, and it kind of shits out this very confused-looking barbed devil. And you hear him shout, "Hey, Spike, go find and kill that dragon!" He gets his own initial roll, so I'm going to roll that now.
Okay.
Extras. He goes at a 22 with a +3.
+3. Okay. Spike. Cool.
And that is all Gavin can do.
Okay, after Gavin.
After Gavin is Meredith and then Spike.
So we'll skip past Meredith. We'll go to Spiky.
Rashak will be up after Spike.
So,
I'm pulling up Spike's dark vision right now. Give me a second. 120 feet.
yeah, so... So there's Spike. There's the dragon.
Spike just kind of looks back at Gavin, looks at the dragon, and he's gonna double move towards the dragon.
So what's his speed?
30. Actually, no, he's gonna single move towards the dragon because I just realized he's got this.
And what's his speed?
His speed is 30. So he'll move 60 directly towards the dragon.
So you are double moving then?
No, he's going to single move because I got a ranged attack he can do.
Okay, so he moved 30 closer to the dragon.
Is it within 150 of him?
Yes.
Then he is going to lob his Hurl Flame ability at it.
Okay.
Will a 23 hit him?
Yes.
Alright, so Spike conjures a little orb of flame and just kind of and whips it at the dragon for 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
Granted, you do not see this, but your Barb Devil does. The dragon doesn't even flinch as the fire hits it.
As in it didn't do any damage?
Shit.
You're not certain.
Sounds
The dragon kind of tosses, the barb devil kind of tosses over his shoulder. I feel like I might be largely ineffective.
The dragon will then use its legendary action
Great.
We're learning. Thank you.
to use Censure Fiend. And I would like your barbed devil to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Kate.
Nope.
Kate. There it is. Nat 20. 25.
Okay. And you see it. It roars out in Draconic. Does anyone here speak Draconic?
Yes, Gavin does. I think Amaya does too.
Amaya does indeed.
So for Gavin and Amaya, you hear, "You send the foul bloods to attack me? I have been fighting their kind for centuries! Be gone!" And then you hear a...
Sounds like he has a bit of a cough, guys.
And then you just hear a growl
I think
of
it's fine.
I feel like whatever you tried didn't work. And that is the
And
end
that
of...
is the legendary action after the...
After Spike it is Rashak's turn, and then the lair action.
Is your devil immune to being frightened?
Probably not. Nope.
So actually,
Wisdom save?
technically, before it makes its attack, it should have done a wisdom save. So we're just going to retroactively do it, or we're going to do it now.
Okay. God, he's rolling well. 24.
Okay. It's not frightened, so that's good. So the barbed devil will be immune to the dragon's frightful presence for the next 24 hours.
Yay.
There's no way this can go poorly for us.
Nope, not at all.
And sorry, you said it was Rashak's turn then?
It's Rashak's turn, and then the lair action.
Okay. Well, let's see, reach it. It's 10. All right. So yes, with a little bit of frustration, you hear the dragon mumble, which granted, a dragon mumbling of this size is still like loud roar, but and you hear basically very well, "I'll do it the old-fashioned way," and you hear just a crash of something massive landing upon the stonework inside this place. And does a 27 hit your barb guy?
Oh, it's sure. He's got a 15 to his AC.
Okay, so 19 piercing and 9 acid damage. As it bites into your
20
barbed devil.
Okay.
Then it slashes out with a claw, 32 to hit for 15 slashing damage, and then I rolled a nat 1 for its other claw attack. As Rashak tears into this barbed devil.
And the reason I chose the barbed devil is because it is 110 hit points. It's hurting, but it's still there.
And that is it.
Lair action, and then Barca is on deck.
Okay, for the lair action, I would like one of you to roll a d4.
I got it. Four.
Sorry, did you say 4?
4.
barbed devil notices that a draconic amalgamation of draconic and demonic flesh creature, winged and scaled, having definitely the kind of the front sort of curved horns of a black dragon, but more humanoid in form, about the same size as the barbed devil, appeared behind it, brandishing a scimitar, and appears and attempts to attack the barbed devil. Okay, so the first attack on the barbed devil does a 16 hit.
Yes.
So 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
A 19 will hit for 6 more slashing damage. And then a bite attack, 16 to hit.
Yep.
So it slashes once, slashes twice with its scimitar, and then it comes in for a bite. And the bite hits for 8 piercing damage and 9 acid damage.
Ow. Spike is still with us, though.
And that is it for the layer action.
Barca with Ember on deck.
All right. Well, Barca will run into the room like he didn't even hear Rihanna's.
So just to let you know, 25 feet will get you right into the first square of there.
So here's basically what's gonna happen. Barker is gonna run straight forward. He's gonna rage, and then right before he does rage, he'll all of a sudden remember in the back of his brain Riri saying something about not running all the way forward. And then he rages because he can't run anywhere else because he gets mad. So he technically rages at advice. And he's going to tuck up all the way behind that wall that is to the west. The red wall, brownish wall. No, not in the... Yep, right there. Perfect. Yep.
Okay, so your first move action would get you here. And then you're raging, and then basically taking your action to dash to get to there.
Yeah.
Now,
Enough.
just to let you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, you still have, it's only 40 feet of movement to get from there to there.
Yeah, that's my movement.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Well, then that works.
Tuck behind that wall.
Darn near perfectly. And what's your passive perception?
This is not great between you and I and the wall. Hold on here. Where would you be on my sheet here? Huh. Oh, there it is right there. Passive perception. 9.
Just to let you know, you do not see this guy that's up here. Or necessarily recognize other beings on the board, but you do see that there's this kind of draconic demon person here attacking the barbed devil, and then you see Rashak in all of its massive, horrible glory.
So I see 2 barbed devils. Or I see the barbed devil and a bunch of other dragons. Got it.
You see a ripped half dragon, maybe you're guessing. I mean, you could make an Arcana roll if you want to try and figure out what the hell it is.
Only because it's fun. I rolled a natural 1 with, and it's a -2, so -1. Have no. That's pretty.
Yeah, It looks like a lizard folk with wings.
I don't even know if I know it's that.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn. There you go.
There's a chicken over there.
Yes.
Right,
is that it for Barca then?
That's it for Barca.
All right,
Let's
after
go
Barca
with
is Ember with Rhiannon on deck.
Oh. Sweet. So Amber's gonna run up as
Okay,
far
so
as she
you
can
are.
go.
So just to let you know, 15 feet to get on the edge.
15 feet to see the monstrosity.
No. Actually, it did move up. So yeah, I would say if you wanted to move up next to Narashti,
I want the minimum amount of distance that I have to move.
you could be. Actually, the dragon did move up, so you can see the dragon from probably like right there. So about 25 feet up from where you were.
Sweet. Okay. Then from there, this is stupid. I am going to be, yeah.
And you do see this creature
Sure.
here is attacking the bard devil. If you want, I will allow you to make it as a kind of a free action. You can make an Arcana roll.
Sure, I'm not great, but sure. 16.
Yeah, with a 16, you recognize it. Surprisingly enough, it is what is referred to as an Abishai, which is a demonic, devilish, technically, but a devilish being that has been infused with draconic sort of properties. The biggest things you know is the in each color has its own sort of speciality, for lack of a better term. These are a black Abishai, which is they're known more for being sort of sneaky and shanky, assassinate.
Right. Okay, well. My apologies to the Bone Devil. But it is going to be a 20-foot radius.
Okay. What's
centered on. I am casting Synaptic Static, which any creature with an intelligence score of 2 or lower doesn't. It's 120 feet.
Okay. Let me just double check something real quick here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. Yep, should be fine. And what are you targeting? Where are you centering it?
I'm centering it on Big Bad.
On the big dragon.
Yeah, but it's going to be a 20-foot radius from there.
Okay. So you could hit the big dragon, the Barb Devil, and the Abishai at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I send my apologies to the Barb Devil.
And what kind of save is it?
It is an intelligence save, 15, which isn't great against the dragon.
The dragon got a 22.
Yeah, that's okay.
Barb Devil fails.
The Abishai got a 20.
Okay, they say for half. So it was 31 total.
Okay, so I'll take 15. And this is psychic damage?
Yes. And then as a bonus action, I will inspire Barca.
Woo! What is that?
Hey, big boy. We got another big boy on the board. You get a D10.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For right now, I'm just going to put this paper clip on him so I know you damaged.
And that'll be everything.
Okay.
So it is Rhiannon's turn with Amaya on deck. Where is Amaya in relation to me? I think she was further back in the marching order, yeah.
She's back with Barca.
Amaya, so Rhiannon, you are literally just 5 feet from being off, and Amaya is about 20 feet back from you.
If I move, I can hold an action still, right?
Yeah, you readying an action is your action.
Okay.
You're delaying that part of it, but yeah.
Yeah. And we had previously discussed I can twin a concentration spell, yeah?
You can.
Okay.
You can because that's what the rules are. The trick is though is if you take damage, it's one concentration check loses both spells.
Yeah. Okay. And how far up from me is Gavin?
10, 20, he's 25 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Mark is already out. Gavin is there. Amaya's behind me. Ember moved up.
And technically, Argentia is like right there.
It's off the camera. I can't see it. It's fine. Rhiannon will move up to Gavin and hold an action to cast haste on Rhiannon, on Gavin and Amaya as Amaya comes into touch range of her.
Okay.
And that will be Rhiannon's turn. So Amaya, after Amaya is technically Karth, but then Narashti.
So then Narashti.
All right.
Narashti's right here. What's Narashi's I cannot speak today. What is Narashti's passive perception?
Well, we're not.
It's Amaya's turn
yet.
first.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
So Amaya, sword in hand, is going to start rushing forward.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 35, 40, 45 will get you right next to Rhiannon.
Haste goes off.
Okay. And then since I still had 5 feet of movement speed left, would that become 10 feet of movement speed after haste? Because it doubles your move. Or would I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the
I'll
full...
say I'll go with that. Yep.
Okay, so I made it that far.
So then if you did the 10 more feet, that would get you to there.
All right. I am...
Now, what's your passive perception?
My passive is 19. 19? Yes, 19.
Okay. So you do not see the creature that's up there, or that one necessarily, but you do see the one fighting the Barb Devil, and you are a little kitty corner to see the dragon, but you're definitely know it's there.
Okay. I am going to... Let's see, can I do that? I am going to use the extra action that I get from haste to dash.
Okay.
And I'm basically going to be moving in a straight line to where Barca is and trying to pass just south of those two side-by-side red walls between Barca and the lizard folk that I can't see.
Okay, so 40 feet will get you like right here.
Okay. From
And then
there,
where did you want to go from there?
From there, I'm going to start moving directly west. But I'm assuming that I'm going to notice that lizard folk right next to me as I start moving that way.
You do not. It is hiding.
Okay.
And it beat your passive perception, so you don't technically know it's there.
Okay.
I also need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do
Because
that.
you now see the dragon. And it is scary.
19.
You are good. And for the next 24 hours, you are immune to its frightful presence.
Beautiful. Since I don't see that lizard folk there, I'm going to keep moving due west.
Now, the good news is you're like 10 feet away from the lizard folk, so it doesn't provoke anything.
Oh, thank goodness.
Where are you?
I am going to basically...
How much more movement do you have?
Well, that right there, was it 45 to get me there?
Okay, so then in your 50 foot for speed?
100 feet currently with haste. So I will move...
I apologize. River's going ape shit upstairs. What was that?
My movement speed currently is 100 with haste.
Okay. So where do you want to go on the map?
I want to go as far west as that remaining 50 or 55 feet will take me.
Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 would get you to like there.
All right.
Just kind of behind this pillar. Can you see that okay, or do I have to adjust camera?
No, I can see the edge of the blue.
Let me know when I can
There.
shift it. Or I'll try to maybe zoom out or something. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah, it's good for now. So let's see. I still have a bonus and a standard. Standard action, I'm going to throw some of my sunbolts and see what I can do with those. But I'm going to guess a 13's not going to hit.
what are you attacking?
The dragon.
A 13 does not hit.
But that second one was a nat 20.
The natural 20 will hit.
And rolled really bad on the damage. So 7 points of radiant damage from that.
You know, you say it's bad damage, but it actually looks like it has a solid effect, so it's good damage.
Beautiful. Well, the crit was 2d6 and I rolled a 1 and a 2. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point and dodge.
Okay.
And that is all of Amaya's actions.
Just make note of that, because considering how late we're going, we may only get through this first round of combat.
Okay.
And kind of leave it on a cliffhanger, as it were. But so just make note of that on your character sheet.
Okay.
because I'm realizing the time and yeah. Chaos. Is Amaya done?
Yes, that is all of the actions that Amaya can take.
So skipping Karth, it'll be Narashti and Argentia on deck.
Narashti has a movement speed of 30 feet. So she is going to kind of start moving forward in a southwesterly direction until she can see the big old dragon.
Okay. So I go 5, 10, 15, 20. So she can move 20 feet and get to there where she can totally see the dragon.
Beautiful. She then is going to... no, I can't do that because that's within 30 feet. So... she's just going to fire off an arrow from Deb.
Right, I forgot the fucking thing's horse name was Deb.
I forgot that.
Let's see here. So that... Roly. That's what I like to see. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Beautiful. So that is... Let's see. And it does count as a dragon, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So it's going to do 1d8, 3d6. Oh, no, I like those numbers a bit better. 22 points of damage.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
And
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's the fucking bow. It's what it does. But
right. And since Narashti gets 2 attacks per attack action, second attack. Oh, that was almost a nat 20.
And do realize though, Narashti's not necessarily getting their sneak attack.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Second attack was only a 10 to hit, so that's
10 will miss.
10 will miss. And then as a bonus action, Narashti is going to hide.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check and then maybe just mark it on her character's sheet or in the notes somewhere.
Okay.
And tell you what, since she had a little bit of movement left, I'm going to actually move her like against the wall when she's hiding, because that just kind of makes a little more sense.
Sure. Ooh, not great stealth. And that will be it for Narashti.
Argentia, bottom of the round.
Alrighty. Argentia is definitely gonna run in.
Now, are they flying? Now, I will say this much: the cavern, as you get out of this hall, the cavern is like extremely high up. Like it's probably like a good solid 80 feet or so. So there's plenty of airspace movement wise in terms of flying.
Right now, Argentia will run in and kind of tuck into next to Barca behind those walls there.
Kind of like so?
Yeah.
Okay, now what's Argentia's passive perception?
Passive perception for Argentia. 18.
Okay, so Argentia does not notice the other ones other than the beings that are out in the open right here.
Yeah. she's gonna hold her action to move along with Barca.
Okay. And Argentia was the bottom of the round?
Correct.
All right. So we're going to do a slight little cutaway for just a moment. To Karth and Meredith. I would like Karth and Meredith to make a stealth check.
He would still have passed without a trace of.
Okay.
So with is 9 or 6, that's 9. Thank God. 26 for Karth.
Okay. You are able to. The two are able to move through the halls like a ghost, like a wraith. You know, he being the master tracker, her being the master inquisitive. Like it's and light on her feet to boot. And make it down into what looks to be an actual prison area. You see these almost looks like a sort of a, it has the look of like a hard-edged kind of rusted wrought iron cell, although you realize that even though it has sort of a rusted look, it's actually because it's more of that, it's kind of a demonic steel, so it's actually like, it has a look of rust and disuse, but it's definitely reinforced and almost hardened, is that word. And you do in fact see that there are several looks like people chained up. You see some you see a couple of lizard folk and even a dragonborn of more of a kind of a copperish hue. And they're all kind of chained and shackled, hanging kind of limply on the wall. And you see that there is a looks like a half dragon, one of the warriors that you guys had come across before, wearing the plate mail and whatnot, that is loosely standing guard, but they, you know, everyone's shackled, they're all chained up. So this half dragon that you're seeing there is just kind of like reading a book, kind of leaning, like sitting in a chair and kind of leaning against the wall reading a book.
Do we see Lyria?
You do not.
Well.
It is at about this time that you do hear the roars of a massive, you're guessing Rashak, the dragon, echo through and hear a little cathod as it kind of shakes the walls a little bit. You even see a little disturbance of dust kind of filter down from the ceiling, and you see the half dragon look up and then kind of go back to its book.
Okay. I mean, he'll try to sneak up on it, and like, obviously he's not a rogue, but he'll try to sneak up on it and cut this thing.
Is Meredith a rogue?
Meredith is with, yeah, Meredith and Karth are together.
What classes did you make Meredith?
Oh, she's a bard.
Okay.
Primarily. But she's a College of Blades, so she's all about choppy.
Yeah, Karth will get right up on this thing and stab it twice.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack. Your first attack will be with advantage because you both rock the stealth check out of the park. It's not even a question.
He will first cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And will then stabby.
Okay.
So 21 for the first hit.
Yeah.
23 for the second hit.
Yeah.
Do I need to give you stabbing and Hunter's Mark damage separately?
No, you can add it all together.
Yeah, that's not a very good roll. 10 on the first hit. That's better. 9 plus 5 is 14 on the second hit.
Man. Okay. Meredith will. Well, I guess. Yeah, Meredith will move up and do her thing too. Two attacks. All right. Sad beans. Not one on one of the rolls, but hit with the other one. Yeah, she's going to do her. Defensive flourish. That sounds good. Yeah. So 11, 14. Sorry, I know it's super exciting when the Game Master is rolling NPC damage versus other NPCs and monsters. It's woo. And then she's going to use her bonus action to attack again because she's got her Scimitar of the Speeds, and sadly that will miss. All right, that half dragon is savage. And we're going to have it go real quick, and then we'll call it the end of the round. So the half dragon jumps up and draws its long sword and short sword, and it's going to make first a long sword swing at Karth. Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
7 slashing damage. Takes a swing at Meredith with the longsword. However, a 7 will miss, so then it's going to swing its short sword at Meredith. Ouch, that one's going to hit, though. And that is for 6 damage. And now everybody's wounded and in a fight. Yay! As the half-dragon yells out intruders. And it's almost 5 o'clock, and so I am going to be evil and leave it right there at a lovely cliffhanger. As the ship doth hitteth the fan. Thank you all for joining us. And did you guys have fun?
Indeed.
Excellent. That is what I like to hear. And should be back in roughly 2 weeks. So
yep. So stream will be back in 2 weeks. Wednesday we would normally have our Goop Wicket game, but because of the proximity to the American celebration of Thanksgiving, we are not meeting. We will be meeting on the 1st instead. So We will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.